Good evening, all. WildWeather here for LiveWeatherBlogs.com. It's been a very busy time for me. Sorry I haven't been on in a while, but really wasn't too much to talk about. But you get to a point, even when you're in very warm weather, you need to start talking about just how crazy and how consistent the warmth is. And we've been talking about this consistent relative warmth since November. December, January, February, especially January and February, were just consistently warm, where you had a few colder days sprinkled in, which were relatively to normal, really just barely normal, with a few days in the 20s there in February and January. Well, now we're here in March, and well, we are way above normal. Now you're talking days up until today, Thursday, where you had temperatures a good 25 to 30 degrees above normal across a very large section of the country. I mean, 76 degrees in the immediate Delaware County, Philadelphia area here in southeastern Pennsylvania on March the 14th or 13th is just incredible. And the thing that's more incredible about this is the fact not only is 28 degrees above normal here in media, uh, we stepped down with a backdoor cold front today, and our high temperature today was 57, 58 degrees, which is still a good 6, 7 degrees above normal. So your coldest day now, 57, 58, and from here on out, look at all this warmth. It's just sitting back and it's ready to come charging back in once a low pressure here, and you'll see that on the water vapor map, gets out of the way and drags this cold front away. So you can clearly see where the you can clearly see where the backdoor cold front has made it, and it's generally a cold front that has swept down from the northeast and backed off to the west. Yeah, a lot of thunderstorm activity we'll take a look at on the radar, which is going to move east, move into the cooler air here, which will probably produce some light rain and showers and drizzle tomorrow, east of the mountains here once you get toward this more stable marine air. Maybe some of these storms remain at strong to severe limits out here in western Pennsylvania, but as they move east, they should weaken into the cooler air. But this is in the upper levels, it's going to be warmer than it will be in the surface over here in the east. With that said, this activity is going to usher the warm air back in again, and temperatures by, say, Sunday and the Monday of next week will be off to the races again in these areas where it's actually cool. So basically, the theme is warmth, and it's going to stay warm. All right. Next week we're looking. Tuesday up to Thursday, we may be making a run to 80 degrees in some locations in the Delaware Valley, and I would not be surprised if we see 80, 82, 83 in a few locations. You got very dry ground. Ground's drying out rapidly. Very low dew points with dry air, and temperatures with those conditions will go off to the races. And I'm hoping that this is not a precursor of what's to come in the summer months, because if that's the case, folks, these temperatures you see now in March, you think 78 and 80 degrees in March is going to be warm. You just wait until we get to April and May. You could be talking April and May, some 90-degree days already. So this is going to be something we're going to take an eye on as you head into the summer months here. Let's take a look at see what's on the radar right now. This is from Intellicast.com. Obviously, this last U.S. current conditions from Ham Weather on LiveWeatherBlogs.com. And here we go. Here you got some very rambunctious thunderstorms out here in the Pittsburgh to Aliquippa, Pennsylvania area, and you can even see that they're even connecting here through northeastern Ohio. And real strong batch of thunderstorms left Detroit. They had quite a bit of severe weather in Detroit. This is all moving off very slowly to the east-southeast. This will migrate through Pennsylvania and will die out as it hits the mountains. Don't look for any severe weather on the east side of the mountains. This will move into the cooler marine air, and probably tomorrow, depending on how all of this holds together or not, as the cold front, backdoor cold front lies here and tries to move east, the moisture will move in with it and get some light rain showers, and can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm tomorrow with drizzle, and it could get very dreary looking with temperatures not far from maybe 60 in the Philadelphia area, and more likely staying in the 50s in New Jersey, and even 40s right along the coast. The further west you go, the warmer you'll be. The further south and west you go, the warmer you'll be. Case in point, Philadelphia was 56, 54 degrees at the same time. Washington, D.C. was amazing 82 degrees today with a record. When you get these backdoor cold fronts, the thing that most interests me is just the dramaticness of the change that comes in from the east and the northeast, and how temperatures can drop 20 degrees in a matter of minutes. Just an amazing feature here along the east coast as you get the cooler water temperatures battling the much warmer land temperatures. So something to keep an eye on down the road. You got the idea we're kind of in a little block here. All right, let's take a look at that. Here is that storm system, little block going on here, hanging around here. Cold front has been sent down by this low pressure, but already you can see right up here, if you look very closely, moving off to the east, this is going to get pushed off to the east, and as this gets pushed off to the east, it will drag the cold front that came with it. The cold front will dissolve. You can already see things going up and over the top. The high pressure will reassert itself, and folks, get ready. The next week is going to be another real warm scorch. You already can see the subtropical jet blowing in here, getting ready to fan us out. This right here, this feature is going to get blocked. Good luck not coming to the East Coast. All this blow up of thunderstorms and showers. Interestingly, it's there. It was severe, some of it today up in the Detroit area. And let's see how I did. I was talking about my March and April and May, June severe weather outlooks. Well, let's take a look at April and March here. Um, Folks, this was March and April. Obviously, you can see most of this has died down, but it looks like we're already shifting this off to the north, which is a lot sooner than I thought. So let's go and see what I said for May. Maybe we need to take a look at that. I think this is it. Yeah, April and May. So you can see I'm not far off in terms of April to May where my severe weather is going to be, but the Detroit area got into it today, and as I said, this is going to pop up and down a little bit, but this area here, look out for some severe storms. Maybe I should not call this April to May. Maybe I need to say March to May because it's a lot warmer than even I thought it was going to be. Look for 80 degrees next week. That's incredible stuff, folks. 80 degrees next week, maybe once or twice. Well, what can you say? Well, at least we got some thunderstorms to track. Heavy rain producers at that. Nothing dramatically severe, so let's just real quick, before I let you go tonight, let's take a look at NOAA's website here, and you can see there are just a few flash flood warnings and strong severe thunderstorm warnings here. No tornado watches now. Some strong severe thunderstorm warnings here in the Lake Erie area. Special marine statements there as the storms are probably 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts makers and very heavy rain with dangerous lightning. Severe weather reports for today. The severe thunderstorm watch that was here earlier has now been allowed to expire. Thunderstorms moving into Pennsylvania, weakening as they approach the more stable air on the other side of this. If you would see the text line, that's a real good demarcation where the air on this side is pretty stable. And here are your reports. Whoops. Let's go back to that. Here are your reports for today. 3 tornado reports in and around the Detroit, Michigan area. Very unusual for March to see tornado anything up here in Detroit and up here toward the thumb of Michigan. Just incredible. 216 reports of all. 22 reports of wind and hail damage. Very much in the area where I had my severe weather outlook for basically March through May. Look for this stuff to continue. 191 reports of hail. That's amazing, folks. Just one day, and the beat continues. The beat goes on. You got the flowers, the daffodils, the cherry trees are in bloom now. All the trees rapidly blooming array up here in the Delaware Valley. It's just interesting to see. Looking at the tropics wise, you can see there's a very fast upper level northwesterly and then southwesterly flow over the Atlantic. So I guess if anything, if this were hurricane season right now, the East Coast at this point would be quite protected with an upper level high sitting here. Everything going up and over the top, and a flow coming down the East Coast would not be conducive for any tropical development. If you want to start looking that way, 54-degree water temperatures in Atlantic City, quite a bit above normal, and look for this number to move on up from here. This is LiveWeatherBlogs.com's Wild Weather. Everybody have a great night, and wild weather is abound in terms of warmth. Quite never seen anything quite like this before, and no changes in sight. Look for temperatures in the 80s, maybe even some low to mid 80s in the Delaware Valley, down to Washington, Baltimore, and down toward Richmond coming up next week. Thanks for listening. This is Wild Weather again for LiveWeatherBlogs.com. Everybody have a great night.